Hey team, Major Foe here for July of 1944 for turn 17 of the USA. This is the actual July of 44 turn, not the previous one, which I mistakenly identified as July when it was January. A bit of housekeeping from the last turn. I had $85. I miscounted. I had $3 left over, so we just upgraded the regular transport to an attack transport, and I saved $1, which brought me to 93. Then I got convoy rated by the Germans, so that brought me down to 91. All right, we'll start with our tech rolls. We have 7 rolls. First is for heavy armor, 8 or above. That's a 1, off to a great start. Heavy bombers, 9 or above. That is a 6, that's a miss. Advanced submarines, 8 or above. That's a 10, so that goes to stage 2. Advanced submarine warfare, 7 or above. That's a 12, so that advances to stage 2. Strategic rockets, 9 or above. That's a 4, so that's a miss. Radar, that's a 12, so that moves to stage 3. And heavy carriers, 8 or above. That's a 1, so that's a miss. Okay, on to purchases. We have $91. $6 a piece will lay 3 heavy battleships down. $4 will finish the regular battleship, and another $4 will finish the fleet carrier. $25 for 5 submarines. $11 for American bomber. $10 for two U.S. Marine Corps. $8 for 2 Marines. $4 for 2 militia upgrades, and $8 for 4 militia. We'll go to the combat movement phase. We have our sub in C-Zone 90, moving 1, 2, 3 to go after that transport, and that is a no contest. We will take 2 fighters from 68 and go after this submarine. And we will take a fighter from C-Zone 19, which will go 1, 2, into 41 after that destroyer. The other one will go 1, 2, 3 into 63 after that destroyer. The medium bomber on the Marshall Islands, movement of 8, will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty sure it's got an 8, just a second here. Medium bomber is 5, it's only got a movement of 7. Apologies for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, can't make it. So it'll go after this destroyer, and I'll take that jet fighter after this destroyer as well. So both jet fighters at 19 will go to 41. The medium bomber will go to 63 from Marshall Islands. The destroyer, 1, 2, 3 from 19 to 63, and the heavy cruiser will move 1, 2, 3 into 63. Okay. In the Mediterranean, we have a transport and 2 Marines. We'll move into C-Zone 80 and land Tripolitania. That will take a heavy cruiser and the coastal defense ship for bombardments. The transport in 49 will move down with 2 infantry. From Sardinia, and take the 2 damaged battleships for bombardments at 3. And the light cruiser. The transport in 107 will take the 2 Marines and the heavy cruiser. And we'll move 1, 2, 3 into C Zone 80. Dropping the 2 Marines in there. So there's 4 Marines and 2 infantry. And there's 2 damaged battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, 1 coastal defense ship, and a light cruiser for shore bombardment. Okay. The 2 jet fighters at a Sardinia will move 1, 2 and join that fight. And the medium bomber will also join that fight. That is all the combat movements we have. So we can start in the Pacific. I guess I'll bring 1 destroyer in here. Both destroyers. Sure we get this sub. So, I don't know if he's going to submerge or not, but let's just hope we can hit with the 2 fighters at 6. Both misses, and the 2 destroyers at 4. Both misses. Okay. I'm going to say the sub would submerge. So we'll leave it at that. Here we have a bomber at 7. That's a hit on the destroyer. So that rolls back at a 4. That's a miss. So the destroyer is dead. Up here we have 2 jet fighters at 8. That's 1 hit, so that's dead. And a destroyer at 4 is a 1. Of course that hits. Okay, that's all the combats in the Pacific. We'll move over to the Mediterranean. So we have 3 shore bombardments at 3, 2 shore bombardments at 2, and 1 shore bombardment at 1. So we got 3 at 3 for the 2 battleships and coastal defense ship. That's 2 hits. And then we have 2 at 2 and 1 at 1. So the green dice is at 1 for the light cruiser. And those are all misses. So there's 1 infantry remaining. So I have a medium bomber at 7. That's a 6, so that's a hit. And that'll do it. And that will be 1 infantry at 4. And that's a 12, so that's a miss. The Italians lose Tripolitania. America's up $1 to 69. Italy's down $1 to 7. Okay. That is all the combat movements. We'll go to non-combat. The 2 fighters and the medium bomber will go back to Sardinia. The fighter in Brazil will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Sardinia, joining the other fighters, jet fighters, sorry, 2 jet fighters and a medium bomber. The 7th Fleet, remainder of the 7th Fleet will move down into C Zone 80. The light cruiser and destroyer in C-Zone 81 will move to C-Zone 80. The torpedo boat destroyer and destroyer will move 1, 2, 3 into C-Zone 80. And all these ships will amalgamate back into the 7th Fleet. So the 2 battleships and carrier are still damaged. We have the 2 light cruisers, 2, 3, 4 destroyers, 3 transports, torpedo boat destroyer, coastal defense ship, and 2 heavy cruisers. There's no other non-combat on the east coast. Moving to the west coast, the coastal sub in C-Zone 91 will move to C-Zone 90. The coastal sub in C-Zone 92 will move to C-Zone 65. The coastal sub in C-Zone 60 will move to C-Zone 59. The light carrier and tactical bomber in C-Zone 100 will move to C-Zone 68, 1, 2. The carrier and 2 fast battleships in 64 will move to 68. We'll need a fleet card here shortly. The 2 fighters will land on that carrier. The fast battleship in 29 will move 1, 2 to 68. The carrier in 19 will move 1, 2, 3, 4 with the port. The remaining jet fighter in 41 will move 1, 2 to land on that carrier. The medium bomber will move 1, 2 and land in Hawaii. The transport in 68 will move 1 to 64, pick up an infantry and a militia. The attack transport will take the other 2 infantry and move back to 68, landing those troops in Hawaii. The attack transport in 29 will take the light tank and mountain brigade, land those 2 units in Hawaii. Three infantry in the Aleutian Islands will move back to Alaska. And I think that's all of the non-combat movements. Okay, we'll go to place units. Carrier and battleship will be placed in 64, along with the 5 submarines. The medium bomber will be placed in Washington. The 2 U.S. Marine Corps and the 2 Marines will be placed in Sardinia. We will do a militia upgrade and place a militia in Sardinia. We will add a militia to Syria. We will upgrade a militia in Hawaii. And a militia in the Caroline Islands will be added, and a militia in the Marshall Islands will be added. That's all of our units placed. We'll do our wartime economy roll. Hard to beat that 12 with a 5. So we're at 69, plus 5 is 74, and plus 12 for our bonuses would be 86. So big shout out to all the players in Operation Overlord. Thanks again for watching, and we'll do an update video with all of the victory points afterwards. And I want to thank our Marshal Vladimir for putting up with me through this this Allied debacle in the loss to the Allies, or correction, to the Axis. And shout out to 5-star General for his play in Russia. Also, big shout out to the Axis for their victory in this game. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.